everyone, I'm here for your weekly Tarotscope reading for the week of January the 6th to the 12th. Yes, the 12th of 2018. I am using the Revelations Tarot. This is also on my Instagram as well and my Facebook if you're interested in following me for daily draws. As well, if you're interested in getting a reading, of course, you can always go to my Etsy shop. This month I have a year ahead 2019 reading for a lower price, as well as a new dream interpretation reading. So if you're interested in any of those, you can check out the Etsy shop. But otherwise, let's get started with this week's Tarotscope. So as always, let's start with Aries. And for Aries, we have Strength reversed. So Aries, this is a time to slow down and rest. Right now we have a lot of planets in Capricorn, which is not a sign that is terribly compatible with yours. So Capricorn has sort of a more hardworking, slower energy. And I know that, Aries, you really like to kind of just like jump in and dive in and get things started and go, go, go. And we do have Uranus moving forward in the sign of Aries today. So it is a time, though, where I think you're just feeling very overwhelmed. And so it says that you need to slow down, that pushing yourself, that trying to push through everything is not going to work for you this week. This is a week where you really need to just kind of take a little bit of a chill out time, rest a little bit, don't try to push yourself too hard. For Taurus, we have Temperance reversed. Let's see if I can get the lighting better on that one. There we go. There we go. Just kind of washes it out a little bit, I think. It's a little bit better over here. Okay, it's a little weird to cover my face, though. All right, so Taurus, you have Temperance reversed this week. For you, this is a week where you're going to have to be patient. Things are not quite coming together yet in the way that you would like. And so it's asking you to be patient with things. You're pretty good at being patient, but it's saying not to get frustrated and not try to force things, because you can kind of be a little bit stubborn about, wanting things to go a certain way. So it says to be patient. Things aren't quite going to come together yet, but they will, but you're going to have to wait, and this is not the week that they will. So Gemini, we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. Gemini, try to curb your spending a little bit this particular week. There's a tendency to kind of feel like, there's so much abundance and it's always going to be this way, and so you kind of spend lavishly, and it's saying this isn't the time to do that. This is a time where you need to kind of hold back a little bit, because you might have an abundance right now, but it may not always be that way or not as abundant. So it's asking you to kind of slow down on the purchases and make sure that you are spending your money wisely. For Cancer, we have the Nine of Swords. So Cancer, you might feel overwhelmed with worries this week. And certainly, I know I have a Cancer moon. I have a tendency to worry about things. And it's about kind of making a mountain out of a molehill. And so it's saying that, be easy on yourself this week. If you are feeling, kind of depressed, or you're feeling overwhelmed, or you're feeling stressed, or you're feeling anxious, don't be afraid to reach out to people and talk about it, because sometimes when you talk about it, you get a new perspective on things, and you see that maybe it's not as bad as you built it up to be, or sometimes even just having somebody listen can be a really big help in the situation. So be kind to yourself this week. Don't be afraid to ask for help or to talk to others. For Leo, we have the Seven of Swords. So Leo, this is a week where you need to kind of keep your cards close to your chest, which I know is not Leo's strongest point. We tend to be kind of out there and hey, here's what I'm doing and blah, 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 and very open and honest. But it's saying that this is a week where be careful who you share what to, because not everybody's on your side and not everybody wishes well for you. And it's not that you're, I would say with this card always, it's not about, don't keep secrets or lie or whatever, because that'll blow up in your face anyway. But it's just saying sometimes, you need to kind of just keep what you're doing to yourself and do your own thing. For Virgo, we have the Seven of Cups reversed. So this is a week, Virgo, where you really feel like things are starting to move forward for you. So unlike some of the other planets where it's saying, signs, where it's saying, hold off, don't act right now, This one is really saying you're starting to feel like you're kind of getting your mojo back. Before you may have felt like you weren't sure what you wanted. You were going into the new year with like, I don't know what my plans are. But this week you're kind of like, hey, I feel like I know what I'm doing. You feel a upsurge in energy. There's a sense of like, you know what? I know what I want now and I know what I need to go for. For Libra, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. This also says, just like Gemini, do not overspend this week. Now, with Gemini, it's kind of like they feel like, oh, I see this deal and I see that thing on sale. But with this, it's almost like you're being overly generous with people. And so it's saying avoid being overly generous. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be, like generosity obviously is a good thing. But if we're spending out of things we don't have or spending with things we really need for our bills or to keep for ourselves, then that's not really being generous. And so it's saying to be careful and to watch your spending as well. For Scorpio, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So Scorpio, there are any changes that you've wanted to make this new year when it comes to the physical realm? So whether that's changed your finances or you've wanted to move house or you want to start a business or a new job, this could also relate to like health goals as well. It's saying that it's make it off to a bit of a rocky start, or there may be a delay of some kind. So don't get discouraged by this. So it's not saying this change you want to make or this new start won't happen. It's just not going to happen right away. It's not going to happen this week. There may be delays of some kind, and it's just saying don't get discouraged by it. It's just a temporary setback. For Sagittarius, we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. We're getting a lot of reverse cards today. Knight of Pentacles, like it is about slow and steady, which Sagittarius, you're not really known for doing. But when this card comes up, just like with Aries, this card often means a feeling of overwhelmed. But this is more like a feeling of not just exhaustion, but a little bit of despair. It's almost like you feel like, well, what's the point? Or you're kind of giving up hope. And so it's saying, again, just like with the Strength card reversed, which is more about just your energy being drained, this is saying that you need to kind of take a step back and slow down. And you also need to take some time to care for yourself because you can't just push all the time. Sometimes we need to just slow down and take a bit of a rest. For Capricorn, we have the Four of Swords reversed. It's funny, this is another card that also means you need to take a rest, but again, for different reasons. So Capricorn, for you, it's more like your if you're health-wise, you need to take a rest. This card kind of warns, like if you don't take a rest, you might get a cold or a flu, or you might exacerbate an already existing condition of some kind. So it's really asking you to take that time out this week. We have a lot of energy this week in Capricorn, but it's interesting that it's saying like now's not really the time, again, to kind of push things forward. Now's the time to take a break. Aquarius, you have the Two of Pentacles reversed. Aquarius, you've got a lot of things on your plate and you're really, really busy. You have been managing to juggle it all, but it says that you might have to drop one thing, that there's something that is just like a little bit too much. And so it's saying take that one thing that you don't really want to do anyway and drop it, or if you can delegate it or ask for help of some kind. But it's saying that right now you're kind of like busy, and you're doing a little bit too much. So, again, slow down seems to be the theme of the week. Pisces, we have the Lovers reversed. So Pisces, this is a week where it's saying not to cheat on yourself or others. Now, there's the obvious message of don't cheat on others, which I think we all know, right? But it is saying that something may tempt you. There's something that is tempting you this week. And it may even be just tempting you to betray the promises that you've made yourself. It may be tempting you to betray some of your goals with something that looks easy and shiny and pretty. And so it's saying don't give in to that temptation this week. So it's an interesting week considering that this week, I'm going to do an astrology video next, but we have no planets in retrograde. So as of today, Uranus goes direct. It was in retrograde for several months. It's going to be sitting still at 28 degrees Aries, and then it's going to move forward. So we have no planets or major asteroids in retrograde. Everything's moving forward this week. This is when we've just had a new moon, a solar eclipse on Saturday. So energies are starting to wind up and to move forward. But it's almost like, when your car is stopped at a light, and you have to wait for the cars ahead to go first before you can go, that you can't just like step on the pedal and go, go, go. So it's saying that this is a bit of like things are revving up to start, and we're really starting to move into the energy of 2019. So in a way, it's not surprising we got so many cards that were telling people to slow down, to rest, to not get frustrated with themselves. So very interesting reading for the first week of 2019. Thank you again so much for watching. If you have comments or questions, please put below. I always like getting those. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, peace, love,